Hey, it's your girl B, your favorite Peach, back with another video about this girl Nika. Okay, like she really does grind my gears. I want to preface this video and start off by saying just because you're giving your children food, that should never be the standard. You know what I mean? Like it should never just be enough to where, oh, I provided them with something to eat. Like, no, you should do your best to improve their health, maintain their health, and provide them with good quality meals, which why does everything have to include fucking sugar? Like I have seen things from this woman that I've never seen in my life nowhere. Not at home, not visiting people's homes, not on Food Network. Like Gordon Ramsay would fucking cry and so did I.
Y'all, all y'all got is candy. I done told y'all no candy when we came in the store.
You know what I wanted to do?
I got this side.
No, that's enough right there in your buggy.
Falling asleep. She was falling asleep.
I love it. I love it. Nobody get my stuff right here. So nobody get my stuff right here.
And tell them again. I know you ain't talking.
I
You trip.
So what I find interesting in these scenes before were like how the fuck you gonna tell your kids not to fucking get any candy and shit when you're dumping like a pound of sugar and fucking spaghetti and macaroni and cheese? Like bitch, get the fuck out of here. And then you're not even leading by example. The first thing your little grubby ass fucking fingers, your little fucking dragon claws grabbed was some fucking gummy bears. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Like, would it ever occur to you? Would it ever fucking hurt you to lead by example? That is what parents do. That's what mothering is, bitch. If you didn't want to do that, close your fucking legs. I mean, you got 10 fucking kids, bitch. At some point, you had to realize this won't your gig. This won't for you. Now, I get that kids are a blessing, but shit, you're not. You're not a blessing to them. Okay, so I always find it interesting to watch how people cook. You know what I mean? Especially someone with such a big family. I like to see the nutrition, what they're providing for their children. And for you, it's not much, which is interesting. It's really interesting how you choose to spend your money. You know what I mean? Like if y'all follow Nika, if y'all watch her at all, then you will know like she is her only priority. Her hair is always done, her nails is always done, but her kids, a lot of times those kids look so fucking neglected. It's a shame. And one thing she's definitely neglecting is their fucking nutrition. Like honest to God, this shit really pissed me the fuck off, bitch. Like okay, like one, you have 10 kids, but you have time to not peel that fucking onion properly. You have time to pick. I know you think y'all probably are like, really, bitch, that's petty. It's not because it's gonna take her longer to pick the little onion skins out of the fucking onion now that it's chopped up. Why the fuck wouldn't you do that in the beginning and save yourself some fucking time, bitch? You always claim you don't have time to do nothing. You're so busy, but you got time for that little shit. Okay, that was one. Two was the fact that your nasty ass did not wash those motherfucking potatoes before you fucking chopped them up. Like, girl, don't nobody want dirt in their food, bitch. Don't nobody want dirt. Just say you don't love your kids. Just say that. Say you don't love yourself, girl, because you eating this too, right? Like, that shit is so fucking nasty. And like, what's funny to me is that you choose to invest in Louis Vuitton and Michael Kors, but you don't invest in proper cooking equipment when you have an army to feed. Girl, get the fuck out of here. You put all them little potatoes into a little fucking bowl, little clown bowl, and then you're not washing them. They're just sitting there in fucking water. Like, what the fuck? Okay. Okay, you guys, so editing B, I lost the clip. I did. But it was basically her dumping the dirt water from the potatoes with the potatoes into the chicken stew. So yeah, you guys, you kids, you get dirt with your chicken stew tonight. Y'all, doesn't that sound delicious? Chicken stew with a side of dirt. Ooh. And I know some of y'all like, well, no, she rinsed it, and that's not how you fucking clean potatoes. And if you don't know that, I don't trust your fucking cooking either. Why does everything have to have sugar added? Like the fact that she does not have diabetes is amazing. The problem is that she's impacting everyone's health in that house by adding sugar to everything. Now, I'm not saying you can't add sugar when it's appropriate, but she adds that shit to everything. And a lot of times when you add sugar, it's to cut down on acidity. And I don't see her adding anything that would bring acidity. At least not in these fucking greens. I didn't see her add any vinegar or anything like that. So I'm just not really understanding why you feel like sugar is a fucking spice. It's not, bitch. Sugar is not a fucking spice. PSA, public service announcement to you, Nika. It's not. It's not a fucking spice, bitch. It's fucking that. Would you look at this rice? Would you look at this fucking rice? This is just another example of how she half-ass cooks. She don't wash nothing properly. Do you wash your ass, bitch? Do you? You don't wash your clothes properly. You shove all them shits into one little small ass fucking washer. You don't wash your fucking greens properly. You don't wash your fucking potatoes. We seen that. Like, I mean, you don't wash the rice properly. Like, what do you wash properly? Anything, nothing. It's not really shocking. It's just trifling as fuck. Like, how long does it really take to thoroughly wash rice or anything else for that matter? Like, your house should be like, I don't even know. Like, it should be declared a fucking safety hazard, like a biohazard. I know some of y'all think like, "Oh, I'm being harsh." I'm not. But this is something I never seen before in my fucking life, like ever. Like I've seen people add sugar to spaghetti, not as much sugar as what the fuck she adds. But you know what I'm saying? I've seen people do that, maybe a tablespoon or two, but I've never in my life seen anyone dump sugar, let alone this amount of fucking sugar into macaroni and fucking cheese. Girl, bitch, ma'am, ho, mistress queen. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, are you trying to unalive your kids? Are you trying to unalive yourself? Are you trying to give everybody diabetes? Like, what the fuck is your goal here? Because, like, honestly, you can make some bomb mac and cheese without fucking sugar. Like, newsflash for you. I know you don't care about nutrition. You may be ignorant to it, but just so you know, pasta is a carb, which means that when it breaks down into your body, it breaks down as sugar already. So adding that is just doubling, if not tripling, the amount of sugar that you're putting into your fucking children, bitch, and your fucking self. Do better. God damn, yo, somebody call CPS. Like, I mean, I ain't telling you to do it, but maybe you should do it. You know what I'm saying? Like what? This should absolutely be child abuse. It absolutely should be. I know that it's not technically considered that, but it should be child abuse. Like, get the fuck out of here. That shit is so effing lame. You did all that for this soupy, nasty looking dry. And when it's done, it looks so dry. Oh, it looks drier than the fucking Sahara Desert. It looks drier than her lips and her feet. Like, honestly, that shit look cracked and busted just like you, bitch. You did all that for this soupy, nasty looking dry. And when it's done, it looks so dry. Oh, it looks drier than the fucking Sahara Desert. It looks drier than her lips and her feet. Like, honestly, that shit look cracked and busted just like you, bitch. You did all that for this soupy, nasty looking dry. And when it's done, it looks so dry. Oh, it looks drier than the fucking Sahara Desert. It looks drier than her lips and her feet. So I know that food cost is rising and that a lot of people are struggling financially, especially when it comes to food. But Nika girl, you get food stamps. And I know you have a large family, but just so you know, typically speaking, like chicken, like ground chicken and ground turkey are oftentimes cheaper than ground beef. Even the fucking 80%, which is clearly what you got. The amount of fat that this shit delivers is nuts, and it's just a simple, cost effective improvement that can just, work towards improving everyone's heart health because you're always complaining about your heart pounding. And this can help you as well as your fucking kids while saving you fucking money. Why not make the goddamn switch? Now, what's nuts to me here is the fact that she is adding another protein to this fucking dish. And if we're being honest, like this type of meat is salty, it's processed, it's not the best for you. But I mean, okay, we've all had, sausage links before, but this could be an entirely separate meal, which would cut down and save you money. You know what I mean? Because instead of adding this to another meal, it could become its own separate meal, saving your family money and improving their health because you're not adding this to overly fatty ground beef. You don't really need it. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I get from a flavor standpoint, okay, it may add more flavor to the meal, but I mean, save money, live better. No, this ain't no Walmart ad. I don't know. I'm trying to help her, but I don't know. It's just like she's oblivious to how life works. If you have two proteins on the plate, of course the meal is going to cost more money. It's gonna have higher fat, more salt. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But you know what really pisses me off about it? It's the fact that she's always dry begging online. Oh, I'm broke. Oh, I need financial help. Girl, cut down your meals a little bit, especially when it comes to a protein. Add in a vegetable instead. Try that. I know you're allergic to it. I know that that concept escapes your fucking mind. What little you have, anyways. Okay, y'all have to know why I put this shit in here. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous to me that she actually washes this fucking sausage when she don't wash shit else. She don't wash the potatoes for fucking sure. You know what I mean? Like, but you got the nerve to wash the fucking meat. Now I get why to reduce the salt, but you could just not add it to this dish. I mean, you can still wash it, but you don't need it here. It's not needed. Ugh. Okay, so this I kind of thought was interesting. Now, I get that she may not make the investment in olive oil, but she should because of the fact that she is adding salt. I know y'all are like, but she's just salting the water for her pasta. A lot of people do that. Yeah, I do that. I salt the water for my pasta, for my vegetables, all that. But the issue is here, you're adding in butter or maybe a butter substitute, which is salted already. So, like a lot of time, people add in like olive oil or maybe even vegetable oil to keep their noodles from sticking. But those things are not fucking salted already. Like, it's only annoying just because of everything else nutritionally that is so wrong with this fucking meal. That this is just something that just, girl. Okay, so y'all know why I included this fucking clip, right? Look at the fucking fat in that goddamn meat. Like, look at it. Look at the fucking fat. Like, honestly, just swap it out for ground turkey. You can't even really tell. Like, if you, I mean, you know what I mean? You really can't tell. Like, come on. Especially by the time you cover it in that one can of sauce. That's another thing. Like, you did all this and you bought one can of sauce for fucking 11 people, one can of sauce. Get the fuck out of here. But seriously, look at all that fat. Like, you don't need that shit. And for me, this has got to be. And if you feel me, please comment down below. Like, this got to be the greatest fucking sin out there. The greatest sin. Look at all that fucking sugar. And then she's got the nerve to come back like a few minutes later and add more fucking sugar. It's like, I genuinely feel like it's attempted unaliving of your kids. Like, I genuinely feel like that. You could disagree. It's how I feel. It's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that effing sugar for some goddamn spaghetti. Like, most people, like I said, I don't add any sugar to my spaghetti, but I do know people that may put in a tablespoon or two just to cut the acidity down. But bitch, a fucking half a container, like two fucking cups, like a pound of sugar, bitch, in your spaghetti when you're serving it with pasta, which is a fucking carb, which is fucking more sugar.
Fresh pack of garlic bread. Now you gotta call somebody, your brother, somebody can get you. Call Papa can get you.
Why?
You can't walk by yourself. It's too dangerous. People kidnap kids. You know that?
Yeah.
What now? I got the onions here. Two chicken there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this onion up, and I also have some potatoes we're gonna cut up and put in there.